Hello people, we've got another reaction to Warren Smith video, which is a reaction to another geezer's video. I've had a few people in the comments say, oh, what's this, reactions. Some people are saying it because it's funny, and other people are like, oh, this is ridiculous. But the episteme has always worked like that. People say something and then later someone responds to that, and then sometimes hundreds of years later people respond to that. Maybe a week later someone responds to that. All that has changed as technology has meant we can do it parallel rather than in series. You know, deal with it. Anyway, a bit of a laugh here. I haven't watched all of it, but I've watched enough to know this is going to be a giggle. Roll VT.
James O'Keefe goes undercover on a date with a professor.
James O'Keefe, remember him? He set up Project Veritas, but I think he got bought out. They kicked him out and they changed their political bias, and no one cares about it anymore. But James O'Keefe is still doing what he was known for, his undercover work. And here he is on a date. Weird. I wonder how he got this date, whether he, like on a dating app and he just got lucky or just rocked up to the university and said, this bloke, do you want to go out on a date, and got lucky again. Anyway.
His name is James O'Keefe. You heard of that? Yeah.
Once he realizes that he's actually on a date with James O'Keefe, he literally gets up and flees in panic. Trips. He's genuinely concerned. He's like, oh, are you okay? Don't hurt yourself.
You want us to call an ambulance?
No, I don't want an ambulance. Can you turn the cameras off, please? This is ridiculous. Okay, so this is obviously Warren's hook at the beginning of the video, and then he'll go on to break it down because that's how it works.
Sure. I want to ask you, why did you call black people that work from the media?
And there are many ethical questions around using hidden cameras and what James O'Keefe does, and he acknowledges that. And I don't have the simple answer. I do think it's important to expose these things, especially when it's a professor, which I think is even more concerning than the fact that this guy is a news correspondent or works with NPR.
Well, I think the thing about the ethics of hidden cameras, don't forget this geezer is a professor at a university. I mean, I think they call him an adjunct professor. I suppose the English equivalent is like an associate professor. Essentially not tenured, not full-time. You might do a semester, you might do a course, but he is a professor. You know, he would have done a 3-year bachelor's degree, a 2-year master's degree, and usually around 4 or 5 year PhD, which is your doctorate. So he's been doing it for quite some time. And, you know, rather than... Let's roll VT. We'll get into it a bit later.
And you see a cross on an undercover date with me is currently an adjunct professor at Georgetown University.
If this is the kind of stuff he's teaching, that's a little crazy.
So, is she another, like what you said? Another yeah. Yep. She is.
Right, so the word that they're dubbing out rhymes with spoon. It's a racial slur. I'm sure you can fill in the missing parts.
Cheers.
Yeah, so, he's using the C word, right? That ignorant black liberals use to describe black people that don't want to go along with the liberal agenda, right?
He makes it clear that his actual views could not be shared publicly.
You are a journalist, you know?
I'd have to stop being a journalist for me to say what I really want to say.
That's crazy, though.
To give y'all what I really want to say, I just have to stop being a reporter.
You have to stop being a reporter.
I would have to exit news.
This reminds me of the argument that Nick Fuentes is making, claiming everyone is at the individual racist in some way, some more extreme than others.
Now, what this reminds me of, though, is that there is a private and a public realm, and there are different rules in those realms, and we act differently in those realms for obvious reasons. And I mean, social media has kind of kind of merged them to an extent. This is why you get these people, they hear some really bad news and their emotions take over and they get busy on social media, and that usually historically would have been something they'd have probably shouted at someone in their family, I hate this fucking, but no, they've gone on social media, and then that private has become public. So that, for me, that's the interesting fulcrum on what this sort of stuff and the hidden cameras and that's where it rests for me.
This would be an example of that argument.
I have to stop being a reporter to tell you what I really think.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do that. You can still.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. Like, but in terms of I'm like on the clock.
So that's really interesting. So as a reporter, I mean, I thought it was a professor. I'm a little bit confused here, but as a reporter, he's not interested in the truth. You know, you'd expect reporters to go out there, look for the truth, find out what's going on, and then relay that to the people. But he says, I don't give a fuck, you know, but when I'm on the clock, so it's just a job for him. Reporting is just money for him, and that's a problem. That's a problem because people who spread news, who don't care about the news they spread, they might not be spreading lies, but they're certainly not spreading the truth.
Well, that's interesting. Let's hear what he really wants to say.
He's like a Herschel Walker, like
Clarence Thomas.
the biggest of them all.
What do you think of Candace Owens? She sells out to like white people.
Yeah. Yes. Selling your soul to the Uncle Sam, the white man, and it's just assuming that aligning your views with him or with that point of view.
What, like the one you're dating? I mean, I don't know whether you're colourblind, son, but you've gone on a date with one of those.
It's going to get you ahead, but it's actually going to set you back.
He does make it clear, though, that his grudge is with black people selling their soul to the evil white man, yet he's on a date with a white man.
He's ready
Maybe he likes it evil, you know.
to get in bed with white supremacy.
That's a good joke, actually. I can't say that sort of thing, though, but this fella here can, and you can see why. Amazing.
But yet, at the same time, he's accusing black conservatives of selling out to white people.
Because I went with a bunch of stupid white people.
Stupid white people?
Yeah.
It's stupid white people. Like James O'Keefe. I've got a funny feeling one of these two blokes is going to look stupider than the other, but, you know, who knows?
Like, a spade is a spade. So, like,
I am ashamed, to be honest with you. I wrote white guy.
no, you're fine.
I'm so ashamed of my race. So can
A really weird angle, James O'Keefe going for the white fragility angle, and the fella says, no, you're okay. Interesting. So on an individual level, you know, he says, I'm ashamed of my race and I've got white guilt or whatever he said. And this fella says, no, you're all right. No, don't worry about it. Does that mean, actually, I don't care about any of that? You know, it's a job. Like my reporting, you know, I don't give a fuck. I just, when I'm on the clock, I say what I have to say. Or maybe it's not white people, it's whiteness. And as we know, whiteness is white people, but without you having to say it.
this is a too.
Yeah.
And he claims that many people share these views. They would probably internally be thinking, yes, you know, I agree with that.
You should say this publicly. I mean, like, it would be interesting, refreshing.
A lot of people would not like to hear my thoughts.
No?
I mean people probably would. They're probably,
I mean-
you know what? Yes, I was thinking that.
Now we must ask ourselves the question of if the race was reversed and we had video of a white person working at Fox News in the exact same scenario, what would happen?
I'll tell you right now what would happen. I wouldn't need to make this video. Warren, you wouldn't either, because it would be on loop on CNN and MSNBC and all that lot for about the next 4 months. We've got something quick. Use it. It would, again, like Fuentes talked about earlier in the week, it would be used to hit white people over the head with the post-war liberal orthodoxy of white guilt and white shame. That's what would happen if the races were reversed. This is like a paper airplane in a tornado. Comes and it will go.
With this footage, suddenly the ethics question would go out the window.
It's fascinating, really is. This stuff should be studied, right? Psychologists should write a thesis on.
I think it's fair to say psychologists have studied human behavior.
Jonathan Franklin's body of work while at NPR was focused on black culture, race, and justice, and here he is throwing around racial slurs.
Now, people that disagree with James O'Keefe are probably going to find this unethical. People that are concerned with this kind of ideology are probably glad that it's exposed like this. They will probably think it's fair game.
The guy named, his name is James O'Keefe. You heard of that?
Yeah.
This is why I love these things so much. I could not do this. I haven't got this. This is not my skill set. And that's all right. We all have our strengths. We all have our weaknesses. But these sort of setups, like James O'Keefe is now heading towards the denouement where he's going to reveal himself as an undercover plant, as James O'Keefe. I would be terrified. My calf muscles would be clenching. There'd be like concrete down there. I wouldn't be able to go. Just let no. So, and this is why I love this stuff, because I find it fascinating that you've got the cojones to sit there and do it. Amazing. Nice date. I mean,
Yeah. I don't like him. What do you think of him?
He's all right.
He's all right.
Yeah, could be better. Could be worse.
Could be worse.
But could be better.
How could he be better?
Just, they'll be an asshole.
Is he an asshole?
I've heard people he's an asshole.
Oh. Well, he does like the undercover stuff and like exposes people, and he exposes people,
that's amazing. Don't be an arsehole. Is he an arsehole? I've heard people say it. Oh well, in that case, if you've heard it, he is great professor. Like the highest rank of intelligence in our system. Well, people have said it, so he must be.
telling people like what they really think, What do you think about that?
I mean, there's a lane for that, but it's also knowing how to do it in a way that doesn't attack your integrity.
By integrity, do you mean job?
Yeah, because you have to use like hidden cameras and shit.
Right.
Yeah. You might be wondering why Jonathan Franklin didn't recognize me in the first place, being a professor, a graduate level professor on media and journalism. And Jonathan Franklin actually refuses to believe that I'm James O'Keefe.
And here's where it gets hilarious and it goes off the rails. The big reveal.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that I actually am James O'Keefe.
Are you?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I'm not James O'Keefe.
No, you're not.
I am.
Really?
Yes.
And then he panics and literally just makes a run for it.
Now, before we get into the run for it, fight or flight, we've all heard it. Well, there's a third one, freeze. And what happens here is this fella lets his emotions take over. He's not thinking rationally. He's let his emotions take over. That's why he just runs and looks like an idiot, falls over. We've already seen that. We'll see it again. I'd like to think, and I can't say for sure, I'd like to think I'd go, right, hang on. Okay, so the reality of the situation, the framing of this conversation has just changed. So I'm going to take a few breaths, and then I don't think I need to show you what breathing is. and then maybe get into a discussion about the ethics of hidden cameras, the ethics of what you say and think publicly and what you say and think privately, and how that is affected when you're a teacher. That's what I'd like to think I'd do. You know, who knows? Maybe like maybe it could have been worse than this, fellas. But no, man, he's just gone. And this is what marketers. I've said this plenty of times, but marketing has done this since the middle of the 20th century. You know, the century of self, the century of psychoanalysis. That Freud's interpretation of dreams was a bestseller. It was published in 1905, and marketers realised don't try and sell things to people's rational mind. Don't try and sell things to their logical mind. Oh, this will do this. This is excellent. No, hit them in the emotions. And that's what marketing has done to this day. It still does. It's an emotional response that makes you buy something most of the time. I mean, if you need a Phillips screwdriver because you've got a Phillips screw, you'll buy a Phillips screwdriver. But what makes you choose that one over that one? With me, it's price. Anyway, let's see the sprinter go.
Don't know that.
Look at him. What does he think? What? I like the idea that there's this sort of confusion in his head of the physicality of running away. And the running away from reality, because no, the cameras recorded it. You can't run from what you just said.
I mean, what are we watching? I don't know.
Don't apologise, Warren. This is gold.
I just want to have some fun today, you know?
Likewise. Oh, and he goes down.
You all right?
Look, he had a little pop, a second wind of running after the fall, and then I bet he thought, hang on a minute, I've dislocated my ankle.
Yes, he falls, and James is very kind.
And look, there's people falling over is not funny. It's hilarious. Check out his second wind.
You all right?
No, I'm still going.
Okay.
Whoa.
Just fell. Are you okay? Are you
No.
okay? Do you want us to call an ambulance? No.
Yeah, I want a doctor to come and repair my job and reputation.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Are you injured?
Yes.
What happened?
Reputationally.
I fell.
You have blood?
Are you okay?
Yes.
Do you have blood? There will be blood.
We don't want you to get injured.
Yes, I'm injured.
That's not our intent.
I'm injured.
Do you need us to call for help?
James, okay if you're still on a date. Look, do you want to come for a Chardonnay?
Okay. Are you sure you're okay?
No, I'm not okay.
Sir, you called black people, quote, you work for CBS News, you're a national correspondent. Whoa.
Hey, man.
He's attacking the cameraman.
No, I'm not.
Oh, he lunged. Now, I did have a little look at the beginning. He said that he worked for CBS News. It turns out that was a lie. He lied in a dating situation. He upped his reporter game somewhat. Apparently it's NPR. What's that? National Public Radio. CBS. It's a bit of a leap.
Apparently he lied about working for CBS, I guess. I don't know.
You work for CBS News, you're a national correspondent.
I don't work for CBS.
You don't?
No.
Yeah, you're a professor, which makes it worse.
I agree, that is more concerning to me.
You lied about that?
Yes.
Amazing. It's just brilliant.
Did you work for NPR?
No.
You're denying.
Hang on, he doesn't even work for NPR either. So the only thing he does is the worst of it all. He teaches kids, and he calls other black people spoons.
Your own identity.
Yeah.
If this dude was white, right, and got caught saying the type of stuff that he just said, would he have a job? No, he wouldn't have a job.
Oh, he wouldn't have anything left. That's almost total erasure. I hope you enjoyed that. A little bit of fun. Take care, people. See you later. Hoita!
This video, like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye.
Sweet, sweet,
sweet.